is Daniel, ASMR professor. I'm going to be your professor in this semester for college. We're going to learn some biological science. It is my pleasure to have you guys here today. We're going to see some important information here where I'm going to include into the test and all the information that we're going to see today is really important for you guys to write it down in your notebooks, your iPads, so you can start learning from today. I know that your degree has a lot of different materials, so we're going to get deep with biological science, which is really important in our life to understand how life works, and we're going to see some fundamentals of life. So, do you guys have any question by the moment? No questions? Okay, guys, so if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me about it. Okay, hello, I see that you just joined. Jacob, hello, Jacob. It's my pleasure to see you guys here. We're 22 people here. I am really happy to see you guys here today. Um, well, let's get into it, shall we? So, I know you guys have read this book, which is going to be the most important book in our major, biology major. So, if we open it up, we can see here some information. This is for you guys to understand how to use this book to find important information in this book by focusing on the gold thread. The best way to succeed in exams. Here's some techniques that you may want to follow up and you want to know more about it. Drawing exercises and below thread questions. You should be able to exercise. And here is some more information for you guys to understand how to learn this book and to improve it for exams. Learn to think like a scientist. Here is how. New redesign of phylogenetic trees. Keep sight of the big picture. This is just information for you guys to get deep here. Now this is the most important now, the phase, biological science by Scott Freeman. Remember, we are at the University of Washington, so it's really important for you guys to pay attention so you can get this degree. This degree is really important for you guys in the future when you want to get a job or a position, and also to learn about a biological life. Here are some brief contents. As you may know, every unit will be a different exam, a different test that will be done with you. Also, I was thinking about dividing the unit 3 with 2 different tests. Since I know, guys, this is a lot of topics you need to cover up here on the class. Also with unit 8, there's a lot of different topics that we will be needing to divide with 2 different tests, so it won't be that difficult for you guys. So we're going to be covering the first topic of unit 1, the molecule of life, water and carbon, the chemical basis of life. Here are some detailed contents. Here's some information about the author. Scott Freeman received his PhD in zoology from the University of Washington and was subsequently awarded an Alfred P. Sloan postdoctoral fellowship in molecular evolution of Princeton University. Some unit advisors and illustrator Kim Kelly. This is some preface structures. This is for you guys. If you're a visual learner, then you can see all the art and photos, colors, molecular icons. I'm a visual learner, and also I wanted to discuss something with you guys. A really easy way for me to learn about topics is to having here my notebook for me to write down information. As you may see, it is empty because I haven't used it yet. But this is really useful for me to write down the information as I'm reading, so I'll learn faster. Here's some content highlights for the third edition. Acknowledgements. Here's the mini guide for you to use the word study tools, RSS feeds, e-text, bioskills, videos. This book contains a lot of information, web activities. Now, this is the first topic. Now, I want you to pay attention before we start. Is there any question or anything that I can help you with, guys, before we can start this amazing journey of learning about biology and the tree of life? Is there any question? Okay, guys, so let's start here. These black swan chicks are being introduced to the world by their mother, who trails close behind them. Likewise, this chapter introduces the key ideas that launch biological science as a discipline. Biology and the tree of life. In essence, biological science is a search for ideas and observations that unify our understanding of the diversity of life, from bacteria living in rocks a mile underground to hedgehogs and humans. Chapter 1 is an introduction to the search. The goals of this chapter are to introduce the nature of life and explore how biologists go about studying it. The chapter also introduces themselves that will resonate throughout this book, analyzing how organisms work at a molecular level, understanding organisms in terms of their evolutionary history, and helping you learn to think like a biologist. Let's begin with what may be the most fundamental questions of all. What is life? Guys, I want you to answer me this question. What does it mean to say that something is alive for you guys? I want you to answer me this question for me. Hey Jacob, is it you raised your hand? Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Turn on your microphone and please speak for us. Hello. Can you hear me? Yes, we can hear Jacob. Go ahead. Oh, thank you. Hello, guys. Oh, my name is Jacob. Glad to meet you. I think being alive is something that nobody can understand really, because being alive is something that it's something Professor Rocket explained this. Go ahead, you can use your own words. That's a class for. Okay. For me, being alive is something unique, something really special. Because uh, the trail, the journey of being alive is not something that is really easy, you know. The possibilities of being alive is one in billions, and I really think, Professor, that this is really important. Okay, Jacob, thank you for participation. Anyone else want to participate? Oh, hello there, Charles. Yeah, go ahead, Charles. Please explain to us. Hello, could you hear me? Yes, we can hear you, Charles. Okay, well, thank you for the class here, Professor. Well, I think being alive is something that people don't understand quite well. Well, as you may know, all the living entities has a lot of different organisms, a lot of cells, a lot of different components that makes it being alive. So for me, being alive, it's really interesting since there's a lot of different information that we process, not only canonical, but also all of the like the small things that we can't see or with our bare eyes. That's my answer to the question, Professor. Thank you very much, Charles. Okay, let's read the technical answer again. An organism is a life form, a living entity made up of one or more cells, although there's no simple definition of life that is endorsed by all biologists. Most integrated organisms share a suit of five fundamental characteristics. Energy. To stay alive and reproduce, organisms have to acquire and use energy. To give just two examples, plants absorb sunlight, animals ingest food. Now, look at this small light bulbs that you see here. Imagine that there's no energy with these light bulbs. Do you guys know what would happen if they don't have any energy? Yes, they will be off. There's no energy here. Then it won't work. With energy, it works. So I want you to see it like that. To turn on a light bulb, you need it. You need energy. You need energy for it to work. Cells, organisms are made of membrane-bound units called cells. A cell's membrane regulates the passage of materials between exterior and Evolution is an essential part of life. Everything needs to evolve, evolve, evolve. You can think of this text as one long exploration of these five traits. Here's the live. Now, let's read detailed theory. We just go for the first topic. What does it mean to say that something is alive? Let's cover up the topic number 2. Detailed theory. Two of the greatest unifying ideas in all science laid the groundwork for modern biology. The cell theory and the theory of evolution by natural selection. Formally, scientists define a theory as an explanation for a very general class of phenomena or observations. The cell theory and theory of evolution address fundamental questions. What are organisms made of? Where do they come from? When these concepts emerged in the mid-1800s, they revolutionized the way biologists think about the world. They established two of the five attributes of life. Organisms are cellular, and their populations change over time. Neither insight came easily. However, the cell theory, for example, emerged after some 200 years of work. In 1665, Robert Hooke used a crude microscope to examine the structure of cork. It was a partition from an oak tree. The instrument modified objects to use 30. It was the 30 times their normal size, but it allowed Hooke to see something extraordinary. In the cork, he observed small burrow-like compartments that were invisible to the naked eye. The structures came to be called cells. Soon after, Hooke published his results, and Van Leeuwenhoek succeeds developing much more powerful microscopes, some capable of magnifications up to 300. What these instruments, Leeuwenhoek spent a sample of pale water and made a first observation of human blood cells and sperm cells, shown in the figure 1.1. These figures that you see here are a little bit big so you can see it. Yeah, I know that you're already seeing it in your own book, but let's see in here too. There's some samples of some sperm that these people made in those years. This drawing by Anton van Leeuwenhoek shows sperm cells. Imagine someone that didn't know that sperm contained these figures, because actually, people thought it was just some kind of liquid, but it also contained story building. Bacteria and sequoias are composed of the same fundamental building block. However, the cell bacteria consists of a single cell. Sequoias are made of many cells. Today, a cell is defined as a highly organized compartment that is bounded by a thin, flexible structure called a plasma membrane, and it contains concentrated chemicals in an aqueous or watery solution. The chemical reactions that sustain life take place inside cells. All cells are also capable of reproducing by defining effect by making a copy of themselves, duplicating. Replication, as we saw here. The realization that organisms are made of cells was fundamentally important, but it formed only the first part of the cell theory. In addition to understanding what organisms are made of, scientists wanted to understand how cells come to be. Where do cells come from? All scientific theories have two components. The first describes a pattern in the natural world, and the second identifies a mechanism or process that is responsible for creating that pattern. Look here, it is gray. It is highlighted in yellow. Listen again, let's read it again. Most scientific theories have two components. The first describes a pattern in the natural world. The second identifies a mechanism or process that is responsible for creating that pattern. Look, and his fellow scientists articulated that the pattern component of the cell theory in 1858. Rudolf Virchow added the process component by stating that all cells arise from pre-existing cells. The complete cell theory can be stated as follows. All organisms are made of cells, and all cells come from pre-existing cells. Two hypotheses. The cell theory was a direct challenge to the prevailing explanation of where cells come from, called spontaneous generation. At the time, most biologists believed that organisms arise spontaneously under certain conditions. For example, the bacteria found in foods such as milk and wine were thought to appear in these nature-rich media of their own accord, spring into life from non-living materials. Spontaneous generation was a hypothesis, a proposed explanation. The old cells from cells hypothesis, in contrast, maintained that cells do not spring to life spontaneously, but are produced only when pre-existing cells grow and divide. Biologists usually use the word theory to refer to proposed explanation for broad patterns in nature and prefer hypothesis to refer to explanations for more tightly focused questions. Biskills are located in the first appendix at the back of the book. Focus on counter skills that you will use throughout this course. More than 50 students have found them to be a lifesaver. Please use them. Biskills are located in the first appendix at the back of the book. Okay, so guys, let's use place the appendix there for us so we can learn. After the class, I'll look him up. This is the first time I'm using this book, so I'm really excited to use it with you guys. Let's continue with this other page. It says an experiment to settle the question. Soon after the all cells from cells hypothesis appeared in print, Louis Pasteur set out to test its predictions experimentally. A prediction is something that can be measured and must be correct if the hypothesis is valid. Pasteur wanted to determine whether microorganisms could arise reaction problem, as I was saying. The persistent self-neutralization that you treat with these persistent cells are the bacteria infected to cling to dust particles in the air. They could drop into the nutrients broth because the neck of the flask was straight. In contrast, the flask drawn figure what that to be had a long swine neck. Passer knew that water would condense in the crook of the swan neck. After boiling treatment, added this bowl of water would withdraw any bacteria or fungi that enter on those particles. Those the contents of the swan neck flask was isolated from any source of persistent cells. Fit those still open to air. Now look at this highlight. Buster's experimental setup was effective because there was only one difference between the two treatments, and because the difference was the factor being tested, in this case a broad's exposure to pre-existing cells. Now here's the experiment. The question: those cells arise potentially or from the other cells? Pasteur experiment is straight-necked flask. Place nitrogen broth in the straight-necked cells. See here the cells with straight-necked flask. Then here boil to sterilize the flask, killing any living cells that were in the broth. So when they boil it, it came from having cells to no cells. But people say, where will they go? Persistent cells enter flask from air. So they enter from the air. Prediction of spontaneous generation hypothesis cells will appear in broth. Prediction of all cells from cells hypothesis cells will appear in broth. Results: both hypotheses burn the cells. Conclusion: cells arise from pre-existing cells, not spontaneously from non-living material. So this was for them to know if the cells that were already there, once they were dead, if those cells will come back to life. But some cells came up from the air and then produced new bacteria. B. Pasteur experiment with swan-necked flask. Place nitrogen broth in swan-necked flask. Here we see the cells on the swan-necked flask. No cells. Boil to sterilize the flask, killing and leaving the cells that were in broth. Pre-existing cells are trapped in swan-neck, so they won't be able to enter. Prediction of spontaneous generation hypothesis cells will appear in broth. Prediction of cells from hypothesis cells will not appear in broth. So you see here, spontaneous generation hypothesis rejected. No cells. We need cells. Question: where broth will arise if pasteurized? Number one, put different types of broth in the two treatments. So look at this. Heat from different lengths of time, or last treatment lots for the other. These questions we won't be answering them. Oh, I thought you were saying that we won't be answering these questions yet. persuaded most biologists that they all cell from cells by hypothesis. That was correct. However, chapters 2 and 6 will show that biologists now have evidence that life did arise from non-life earth history through a process called chemical evolution. Okay, so the we were saying here is some kind of information that our people, the people, other biologists used to think. So these are like the basis for today's scientists, so we can know better how to do this kind of experiments. Let's continue, shall we? The success of the cell's theory process component had an important implication. If all cells come from persistent cells, it follows that all individuals in an isolated population of single-celled organisms are related by common ancestry. Similarly, and you and other multicellular individuals, all the cells present are descended from pre-existing cells, traced back to fertilized egg. Fertilized egg that is a cell created by the fusion of sperm and egg. Cells that form the individuals of the previous generation. This way, all the cells in a multicellular organism are connected by common ancestry. The second great founding idea in biology, the similar spirit to the cell theory, it also happened to be published in the same year as the cell's all the cell's hypothesis. This was the realization made independently by Charles Darwin and Alfred Russel Wallace that all species, all distinct, identifiable types of organisms are connected by common ancestry. So, we're going to leave class here by today. Reflection. So, look, we have a little different topics that we will be covering it up here. I went to get here and answer any questions that you may have about this amazing book, Biological Science, by Scott Freeman. Also, just wanted to let you know, guys, that I have here different books. I also want to cover science physics. This is for science class. Sorry, for physics class. We have a lot of different material here, but this is in French, only for the French class. So as you may know, I also teach science in French and also science in Spanish. Principios de química biológica. We have a lot of different books here that I provide classes. So whenever you want to get in a class with me further in the future, here we will have a lot of different information that will be perfect for you guys to learn. As you can see, there's a lot of different books. This will be for future class. At the moment, we will be studying biological science. So, guys, do you have any question or anything that I can answer for you guys? No, Professor, thank you very much. This was really interesting, and I cannot wait for the next class. I think it will be as amazing as this one. So, thank you, Charles. Okay, guys, and as you may see, I didn't drink my tea today because I am not feeling thirsty, but I always drink tea in order to understand